have got some breaking news from the garden. So big, in fact, that it brought both Jennifer and I out of the studio and into the field.
So last week, Jamie, if you recall, we told our followers that it was going to be our last garden update because not much was happening and it kind of was winding down. All we had left was pumpkins and to kind of wait for the sunflowers to go. But upon examining the garden today and cleaning out the dead stuff that needed to just go away so that everything else could continue to grow, we stumbled across some very fun surprises.
So much so that we needed to break in and let you know.
Yes. So not only are the tomatoes totally taking off, even though they've been taken over by the pumpkin vines growing on their cages, we have literally harvested dozens of tomatoes. So if you're looking for a good homegrown tomato, be sure to stop by church this week and pick up a few. We've got several just lying around.
We can't eat them all.
No. We've also discovered, once we cleaned things out, that the green pepper plant is continuing to grow. So much so that we have new peppers growing.
We have a new pepper, and what used to just be about ankle high is now knee high and has really grown. It has gotten some more space as the pumpkins spread out here and gotten some more sunshine.
We've also discovered that somewhere in this vicinity there's just some random green vegetable growing. We're not sure if it's a cucumber or a zucchini. Problem is we didn't plant cucumbers. And zucchini, if it was planted here behind Jamie. So how this green vegetable got way up here, we just don't know yet. So we're going to give it a little time to continue to grow to see maybe if it turns into a pumpkin or a really massive zucchini. We'll let you know. Speaking of pumpkins, Jamie, you took a count on how many are actually here.
At this point in time, we have 12 different pumpkins that are growing and ready for us. There's about 4 to 5 white ones over here, an orange one starting here, 3 that are hanging inside the tomato cage, and another couple up that way.
Speaking of pumpkins, not only is the patch taking over this part of the garden, but it has become rogue. And across the way, across the sidewalk, we find a rogue pumpkin vine growing over there. So we're kind of waiting to see if there's maybe some pumpkins that'll start over there.
Another fall favorite is our apple tree.
Yes, which we'll get Mac to take a closer look on in just a bit, along with our sunflowers, because they'll look a little sad, but now that they're in this stage, we see that the seeds are there. They're ready to be harvested so that they can dry out and become those fun-loving sunflower seed snacks that we love to chew on. But if you recall, in the beginning, Jamie and I had listed all of the things that grew here in our garden that we planted. However, we were kind of bummed that one of them didn't actually take off, which, being new to gardening, we weren't sure if it was even possible. But upon inspection of the garden today, we discovered that the last seed we planted actually grew and has
produced some fruit.
It has produced some fruit. So we'll get Mac to take a little bit closer of a look and see if you can guess what is growing in the garden that we did not have even just last week when we gave you our last garden update. So
it's almost like the garden heard us say that this was our last week and then laughed at us.
It did. It went, haha, I'll show you guys. So yes, we're going to get Mac to come in here and take a little bit closer of a look, and then we will get you back to your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, we got Mac here to get a closer look at our apple tree that's growing. This, if you remember, was a seed from Serena's lunch that was planted in the classroom, placed in the window in just a small cup, eventually transplanted into this bigger pot. And it just seems like lately, this thing has just really exponentially grown. It was just such a small little sprout at first, and now it is quite tall. In fact, we're getting ready to get this into another larger pot that it can stay in all winter. So once the frost comes, we can move it back inside so it continues to grow before maybe we are able to put it into the ground next spring. Now we're gonna have Mac zoom over this way to our mystery gourd that we have growing down here. See if you guys can tell us what it is. It is an odd shape for a pumpkin, even though it is in where all the pumpkins are. It does not look like it could be anything else just yet. We thought maybe a cucumber, but like we said, we did not plant any of those. And next, Mac's given us a nice close-up here of our pepper plant that seems to have found the sun again and is finding new life. As you can see, there is a pepper that's starting to grow on there. It also has a white flower, so we could potentially be getting some more of those. All right, now Mac is zooming up and giving us a closer look at our sunflowers. And as you can see here, we're starting to see some of the seeds pop through. Won't be too much longer, and we'll be taking these down so that we can put them in a safe place to dry out where the critters won't eat all the seeds, but then that we get to enjoy them and save them for planting later. And as Matt kind of scans the property here, you'll get some glimpses of some of our pumpkins that are growing. We have some white ones. We have some that are green right now that are getting ready to turn orange. We hope we will see and keep you posted on those. But our late breaking news that really brought us out into the garden, Mac is zooming in on now. It's hard to get around all these different leaves and whatnot, but as we get around this now, can you see that there? Any guesses what that is? Any remembering of what we planted that hadn't grown? We think that this might be our very first watermelon. All right, well, from Jamie in the field, Jennifer also out in the field, and Mac behind the camera, we thank you for joining us, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.